If this were to be our last conversation ever, what would you never want me to forget?
How do you describe me to others?
So strong-willed. I think I lovingly always tell people how I am so fortunate to be the child of a polio survivor. Because if anyone can survive something that is a death sentence as a child, and they still turn out to be one of the most positive, loving humans, I mean, that's why people are always like, how are you so happy? How are you so sweet? It's like, you know, that love, but that strength. And I would say, just joy, because you have this, this gift that no matter how awkward or something happens, you know, you're always forcing everybody to celebrate life. And I think always back to, by you surviving polio, by you continuing to want to celebrate life and us being in New Orleans, it's just a part of who we are, with that joy, that enjoying every moment because it's a gift.
Mm-hmm. I agree with all those descriptions, and I love
God.
all of those descriptions.
Into your wave.
So much.
Into your wave. What do you remember most from the first time we met?
When you were born, I remember the nurse telling me that you had such a loud voice that this girl is going to be famous. She has some lungs. And I said, okay. So that's the first memory, that when you were born, how you used to just... You were louder than any baby in the nursery, put it like that. That's my first memory.
I love that.
What is something you really want me to hear and understand about you? That's interesting.
Oh my God.
That I don't hear and understand.
That I don't think you realize how much I love you.
Oh.
No, I mean it. I feel like we're getting to the point sometimes in our calls is more you reminding me I didn't do this, or making sure I do this, or did I do this, or don't do too much of that because you know you work too hard but you don't do enough. You gotta do all these things. And I recognize sometimes I'm just like, okay, yeah, bye, okay, yep, bye, okay, yep, okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes it's like just text, and I don't always want to hear it when you're telling me. And I worry sometimes that you think that I'm just too busy for you, which is why I try to make time for us to just be together. But I love you so much. There's something I miss about our relationship before I had kids, which is that we talked every day, and it was just us talking. I feel like sometimes you think, oh, you call your dad, and I'm like, no, I call dad because dad and I are just...
He agrees with everything.
We're just
He's
talking.
your dad, and yeah.
But we're just talking, and there's no like consequence if I say something that I'm reminded I messed up, or not messed up, but there's like, you know, you have your... It's almost like sometimes when I call you, I could just be talking about like my day.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be something where you're like, yeah, well, you know, I would have thought you would have did something like that for your daughter and da. And I was just like, okay, well, I get my lectures from my mom. I'll call dad. And like you say, he just agrees with everything because he's just chilling. I mean, he's just like an easygoing guy. And
Yes, he is.
I want us to get back to us just having an easier relationship where I just call you and we just talk. I'm not, and don't do that thing where you go, okay, I can agree with everything. Okay, sure. I don't want that. I
understand.
I just want you to feel like, I just want us to feel like we're to a point where we were always best friends growing up. And I want that back, where we can just talk and giggle and laugh. And then maybe occasionally you can tell me something as far as advice, but I miss my bestie. What do you feel the album I'm working on really means to me?
The whole world. Each project in life that you've attempted has always turned out so fantastic. So I think this is going to be the same way. I've always said, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I would not do it. I would not be. People used to say, what do you think about your daughter? I said, she's brave, courageous, and bold, and does things that I would be too afraid to try. And this one is one of those. So I think it's going to be very good.
You know, this one, I wasn't going to tell you this until it came out, but I will tell you. This album is dedicated to you.
Thank you.
And, you've been so instrumental in my life, and how you are such a historian, and it always fascinates me about our family history and discovery, and I just don't want to fail you with how our family is passing down these stories. The reality of how it's going to be my turn. And that terrifies me. Excites me, of course, but it terrifies me because I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to miss a story. I don't want to miss something that is generationally passed down and it's special. And I want you to be proud of me creating and continuing our legacy in a way that you sitting across from me is just another way for, I know that you're proud of me, but I'm also something that, I don't know, can just withstand the test of time. Because I think about how he's asked me for certain photos that I almost forgot existed.
Yeah.
Because Katrina took them.
Yeah, they took away a lot.
And thinking of photos that I don't even remember, which is a memory that I don't remember because I don't have something to remind me of it. That terrifies me. And so I want to create something that will last and it won't get washed away or destroyed. It's something that will be in the world forever. And that's how I feel about this entire project.
Yeah. And also, because you told me, I'm not going to remember all of that. I don't have to do a thing. When I first set you down to tell you the history, the way my grandmother did and her grandmother, and you said, Ma, this is a different generation. I'm not going to be able to remember all that. I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep the history. And congratulations, you did. What do you admire most about me that I may not realize? How much I love you with all my heart and soul. And because I love you, I want you to be whatever you want to be, but also know that some things are not meant to be. I have to sometimes step back, and say, okay, I know she's driving down this road, and I already know from past experience how this is going to end. But I love her so much. I'm going to let her go down the road, and maybe, hopefully, along the way, she'll say, hold up! This isn't going well. And turn around, But I don't like to interfere too much. And because I love you so much, I try to refrain.
You do?
As much as possible. You have no idea. If you want to know what type of mother I can be, ask your brother. I have reframed at a lot of stuff. I wanted you to play violin.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to play violin. You wanted to sing. So I had to step back. Even though I knew that if you did the music and you also sang whatever, it would all turn. But I loved you so much, I said, all right, I'm going to be the type of mother to just love you and let you go. But I'm also going to be cautious, like an angel watching over you so you don't step too far out the boundaries. And that's what you may not realize.
I think that one's my favorite one.
I'm not just a disciplinarian. Trust me. In what ways do you feel you are the continuation of me, and why? Well, continuation of me, and why?
I think when people meet me, they always say I seem like such an old soul.
Mm.
And my thirst for, I think my thirst for life and passion for love, I'm this adventurous person because you are. You, like you said, you may have not gone to the countries I've been, but you've been talking about the world. And,
Yeah.
you always say in past life, you were probably like a swashbuckling pirate, and
Was a pirate.
so like that. And then, you might have the little like attachments of negativity because of your upbringing, but yeah, I remember like you're the same person that would tell me like when I would, get hurt or be overwhelmed. What would you say every time? You're like, child, I survived polio. I survived polio.
Now that's an accomplishment.
Nothing. This ain't nothing. And that comparison really did spark a light in me. And I think that's why people are like, how you work so hard? How do you keep going? And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's just this unlimited amount of determination. And I got that from you. I mean, you taught me from a kid to stand up for myself. I don't think you realize how powerful that is to have such a supportive parent who, no matter what, is like, you are amazing. You are perfect. Stay who you are, and the world will figure it out. We'll figure it out. No, thank you for that. Thank you for always. Thank you. Okay. If this were to be our last conversation ever, what would you never want me to forget?
I loved you all your life. All your life. Even before you were born. I loved you. And if this is our last conversation, say one thing I know. My mother loved me. But all her heart, all her life. That's what I would like you to remember.
And, I never like to think like that, but I would want you to never forget that I love you more than you will ever know. to the point where I feel like sometimes I'm living in a way that I always want you to be proud of me. And I don't think I could ever live without you because I love you so much. And
oh, my baby. I want you to stop crying.
I know, stop crying. Because you're right here. No, but, no.
Be strong.
I know, stop being so sensitive. No.
That's okay. That's okay.
Every time they talk about things that we, like, why are you so passionate? Why are you so strong? Why are you so positive? Why are you such this? Why are you this? And it's always you. You're always the source of my strength. You're always the source of me feeling like you used to tell me all the time when I was little, you're like, you are destined for greatness. Like, I mean, I didn't even know what that meant, but like, for some reason, just hearing that in your head, you're like, hey, I want to do great things in this world. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to figure it out because I have this voice in my head telling me I can try.
Mm-hmm. I am so happy.
I'm so
Thank you.
happy. Thank you.
This has been so informative. Oh, I love it. I love it.
No, this was great.
Yeah.
It was really, I think it was therapeutic in a way that I didn't even know we needed. And
Was it different than you expected?
a little bit. I didn't expect to cry so much.
It was fun. You know, you get really relaxed, and then you pick a card and they ask questions, and just say, oh, well, I remember when you were a baby, you know, and you get real comfortable, so don't be nervous.
Oh, I
at
remember
all.
now. It's gonna be fun. I love you. Thank you for being my mom.
You're welcome. Are we done?
Are we done?
Are we done yet?
Done?
If you love the And Conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.